Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. So for this video, we will be discussing about BioBooster Chapter 9 Homeostasis. So Chapter 9 contribute 6.8% for your final exam. Okay, so look through the question. So we are going to question 1. Figure 1 below shows the proximal convoluted tubule cell of a kidney nephron. Okay, so in figure 1, they gave you a diagram of proximal convoluted tubule cell in which the diagram contains two labeling. Ada labeling A dengan labeling B. Okay, so question A, name the structure A and B, 2 marks. So A adalah microvilli and B adalah mitochondria. So in case bahagian jawapan ni dia tidak sediakan A dengan B ni, kamu kena tulis sendiri A adalah microvilli, B adalah mitochondria. Okay, so B, how A and B assist reabsorption from the glomerular filtrate. 2 marks. So A akan increase surface area for selective reabsorption, and B, mitochondria, akan provide ATP for active transport. Okay, so make sure you write which one you are talking about, A dengan B ni. Okay, so you will get 2 marks, 1 mark for each correct answer. Okay, next question. State two differences between glomerular filtrate and blood. Okay, so the first difference adalah blood cells are present in blood but absent in glomerular filtrate. And then the second differences is plasma proteins are present in blood but absent in glomerular filtrate. Okay, so you will get 1 mark for each correct answer. Okay, soalan D, D1. What process does water move out of the proximal convoluted tubule? 1 mark. So, nama proses in which water move out adalah osmosis. So, D2, explain what caused this movement. So, you have to explain apa yang menyebabkan osmosis berlaku. 3 marks. Okay, so as you learn in chapter 9, in proximal convoluted tubule, di situlah berlaku major decrease dalam glomerular filtrate sebab ada reabsorption. So the first point is movement of sodium ions and chloride ions from the glomerular filtrate into the interstitial fluid. Okay, so bila ada movement of sodium ion dengan chloride ion daripada dalam glomerular filtrate masuk ke interstitial fluid, akan decrease water potential dekat interstitial fluid. Okay, dekat interstitial space. Sebab the concentration of solute akan increase. So, when the water potential dalam interstitial space decrease, this will cause water to move out of the proximal convoluted tubule by osmosis. So, you will get 1 mark for each point. Okay, so totalnya adalah 3 markah. Okay, next question. Question 2. Figure 2 shows the stages in the regulation of blood glucose level in human. Okay, so you are given a diagram that shows regulation of blood glucose level, in which the diagram contains pancreas. So in pancreas we have alpha cell and beta cell. Alpha cell release hormone V, beta cell release hormone W. So all this hormone goes to muscle, organ X, and adipose tissue. So question A, define negative feedback mechanism. 2 marks. So the answer is negative feedback mechanism adalah homeostatic mechanism that reduce or stop the intensity of the original stimulus. Okay, B, name hormone V and W. So hormone V is released by alpha cell. Hormone W is released by beta cell. So, hormon V adalah glucagon, hormon W adalah insulin. So, you will get 2 marks, 1 mark for each correct answer. So, remember, jangan terus jawab glucagon and insulin. Make sure kamu label which one adalah glucagon, which one adalah insulin. Okay, so question C. What is the possible factor that may cause blood glucose level to increase? Okay, so 1 mark. So the answer is, it could be due to high intake of carbohydrate ataupun the pancreas is unable to produce insulin. Okay, so you can write either one of the answer. So you will get 1 mark here. And D, when the blood glucose level increases, okay, so the blood glucose level increases, conversion of glucose to glycogen akan occur in organ X. So you have to identify organ X. So look at the diagram given. So this hormone goes to 3 tissue, muscle, organ X, and adipose tissue. So you have to identify what is organ X. So the answer is liver lah. Okay, so you will get 1 mark for liver. So what will happen to the blood glucose level of a fasting individual? Okay, 2 marks. So the first point, blood glucose level akan decrease and it could lead to hypoglycemia. Okay, second point. So bila ada hypoglycemia, the changes will be detected by alpha cell of islet of Langerhans. So the alpha cell akan secrete glucagon and glucagon will stimulate conversion of glycogen to glucose by organ X. Okay, or by liver lah. Okay, so you will get 2 marks. Alright, so that's all for the structured question. So let's see the essay question. So the first question, discuss the regulation of blood glucose level. So 10 marks untuk soalan essay ni. Okay, so macam mana cara untuk jawab soalan essay yang ni? Okay, regulation of blood glucose level. So basically, apa yang kamu kena masukkan dalam sini ialah, okay, identify sel yang regulate blood glucose level, sel yang dalam regulation of blood glucose level. Okay. And then, apa yang akan jadi bila blood glucose level rise? Okay. So, kalau blood glucose level rise, apa nama sel yang akan detect the changes? Okay. And then, apa nama hormon yang akan di-release? And then, apa yang akan dia buat? So, efeknya lah. Okay, and then selepas kamu habis describe pasal when the blood glucose level increase, kamu kena describe bila blood glucose level decrease. So, sama juga, bila blood glucose level decrease, apa nama sel yang akan detect the changes? And then, you have to write apa nama hormon yang akan di-release. And then, selepas hormon tu di-release, apa efeknya? Okay? Alright, so, ini adalah jawapannya. So, basically, blood glucose level regulated by the cells in the islet of Langerhans of the pancreas. So, there are 2 types of cells in islet of Langerhans. These are alpha cell and beta cell. So, alpha cell secrete glucagon, beta cell secrete insulin. So, when the blood glucose level rise above the normal level, so kalau dia rise above the normal level, condition tu kita panggil sebagai hyperglycemia. So, beta cell will be stimulated untuk secrete hormon insulin. So, insulin ni akan dirilis masuk ke dalam blood circulatory system. Okay, selepas dia masuk blood circulatory system, dia akan pergi ke 3 sel, liver, muscle dengan adipose tissue. So in these three cell, liver, muscle and adipose, insulin akan stimulate these three cell to take up glucose. Okay, diorang akan take up glucose daripada blood. So in turns, dia akan reduce the level of glucose in blood back to the normal level. So selepas diorang take up the glucose, dalam liver dengan muscle, insulin akan causes the absorbed glucose to be converted into glycogen. So glucose will be converted into glycogen in liver and muscle. So the name of the process adalah glycogenesis. Okay, so glycogen will be stored in the liver. However, in the adipose tissue, insulin will cause the absorbed glucose to be converted into fats. Okay, so when the blood glucose level fall below the normal level, so kalau dia fall, condition tu kita panggil sebagai hypoglycemia. So hypoglycemia adalah condition yang akan didetect oleh alpha cell. So alpha cell will be stimulated to secrete hormone glucagon. So glucagon will result in the conversion of the stored glycogen back into glucose. So glucose ni akan di-release into the bloodstream. So process of conversion of glucagon into glucose adalah process of conversion of glycogen into glucose adalah glycogenolysis. And insulin will also result in the conversion of fats and proteins into glucose. So conversion of fats and proteins into glucose, nama prosesnya adalah gluconeogenesis. Okay, itu sahaja untuk esei yang pertama. So tengok soalan esei yang kedua. Explain the roles of antidiuretic hormone. So you have to explain roles of antidiuretic hormone, 10 markah. Okay, so antidiuretic hormone kamu belajar dalam production of urine dalam kidney. So this one, cara untuk jawab esei ni adalah kamu kena cerita bila fluid intake low dengan high. So kalau fluid intake low, blood akan become more concentrated. Okay? Okay, so bila blood concentrated, osmotic pressure akan increase. So kalau osmotic pressure increase, okay, yang akan detect the changes adalah osmoreceptor dalam hypothalamus. So selepas dia detect changes, dia akan trigger negative feedback mechanism. Okay, and then lepas tu apa yang berlaku ialah dorang akan stimulate posterior pituitary gland untuk release ADH. Okay, so selepas tu ADH akan pergi kidney, and then effect ADH adalah ke atas distal convoluted tubule dan collecting duct. Okay, so dia akan buat collecting duct dengan distal convoluted tubule become more permeable to water. So more water akan reabsorb, and then small volume of concentrated urine akan produce. Barulah osmotic pressure akan return to normal. And then selepas kamu describe ni, kamu kena describe bila fluid intake high. So dia akan jadi yang opposite lah untuk semua benda ni. Alright, so 10 marks. Ini adalah jawapannya. So when the fluid intake is low, the blood become more concentrated and the osmotic pressure increases. So bila osmotic pressure increases, osmoreceptor in the hypothalamus akan detect the changes in osmotic pressure and trigger negative feedback mechanism. So osmoreceptor ni akan stimulate posterior pituitary gland to release antidiuretic hormone ADH. So ADH is carried in the blood to the kidney. So ADH akan makes the distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct become more permeable to water. So, kalau diorang lebih permeable terhadap water, lebih banyak water, more water is reabsorbed. So, if more water is reabsorbed, urine too will become concentrated and dalam small volume. So, osmotic pressure will return to normal level. Okay, but when the fluid intake is high, the blood will become diluted and the osmotic pressure decreases. So, posterior pituitary gland akan release less ADH, thus distal convoluted tubule and collecting duct become less permeable to water. So, less water is reabsorbed. Jadi, bila less water is reabsorbed, kidney akan produce large volume of diluted urine. Okay, so total markah untuk esei ni adalah sebanyak 10 markah. Okay, so bila kamu tulis nama antidiuretic hormone dalam esei, waktu pertama kali kamu tulis nama penuhnya antidiuretic hormone and then letak dalam kurungan ADH. Okay, selepas tu, kamu boleh guna ADH sudah di bahagian belakang. Right, so I think that's all for your chapter 9. So thank you everyone.